Louisiana. Most people hear the name and think Mardi Gras, jazz, and gumbo. Just another southern state along the Gulf Coast, right? Wrong. Because Louisiana is losing land to the Gulf at one football field every 100 minutes. It contains the longest continuous bridge over water in the world, 23.87 miles with no exits. And New Orleans sits 8 feet below sea level, lower than the ocean floor, protected only by levees. This isn't just Bourbon Street and beignets. It's a state where 40% of America's wetlands exist, where the Mississippi River deposits sediment from 31 states, and where entire parishes could be underwater within 50 years. Today, we're counting down 17 facts about Louisiana. And by fact number 1, you'll understand why Louisiana is literally disappearing into the ocean, and why this sinking state still contains more geographic extremes than most realize. The final facts will prove it. So hit subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss any more wild geography from across the world. Number 17. Catahoula Lake is the largest natural freshwater lake in Louisiana, covering 46 square miles. Catahoula Lake in central Louisiana covers 46 square miles, the largest natural freshwater lake in the state. The lake formed when seismic activity caused land to sink and fill in with water. Water levels fluctuate up to 18 feet annually, flooding in the winter and draining each summer to exposed mudflats that grow vegetation for waterfowl. It's the largest moist soil unit in North America. That's not a lake. That's a seasonally breathing wetland. Number 16. The state has no counties, only parishes. Louisiana is the only state that uses parishes instead of counties. 64 parishes total. The system dates back to French and Spanish colonial rule when Catholic Church parishes defined boundaries. Louisiana kept the parish system after 1812 statehood. That's colonial geography frozen in government. Number 15. Driscoll Mountain is the highest point at only 535 feet. Louisiana's highest point is Driscoll Mountain in Bienville Parish at 535 feet above sea level, one of the lowest state high points. Florida's highest is 345 feet. Alabama's is 2,407 feet. You can climb Louisiana's tallest peak in sneakers. That's a geographic speed bump. Number 14. New Orleans sits 8 feet below sea level. New Orleans is built on a river delta and sits up to 8 feet below sea level. The city is lower than the ocean it's keeping out. Levees, floodwalls, and pumps prevent the Gulf from reclaiming land. Hurricane Katrina proved what happens when systems fail. That's what they call gambling with gravity. Number 13. The Atchafalaya Basin is the largest freshwater river swamp in America. The Atchafalaya Basin covers 860,000 acres, the largest freshwater river swamp in the U.S. It's 20 miles wide and 150 miles long, with cypress swamps and over 100 fish species. It's the only coastal Louisiana region still building land because the Mississippi still feeds it sediment. And let's be honest, that's the last place Louisiana is growing. And the geographic weirdness is just getting started. Number 12. Lake Pontchartrain Causeway is the longest continuous bridge over water in the world. The Lake Pontchartrain Causeway stretches 23.87 miles over open water, the longest continuous bridge over water on Earth, held by 9,500 concrete pillars. There are no exits and no shoulders. Just 24 miles of road suspended 16 feet above a lake. Drive to the midpoint and you can't see land. In 2011, China's Jiaozhou Bridge claimed to be longer, but Guinness created 2 categories, continuous and aggregate. Louisiana holds the continuous record. When you're there, you're driving across a concrete ocean. Number 11. The Mississippi Delta deposits sediment from 31 states. The Mississippi River drains 40% of the continental U.S. 31 states and 2 Canadian provinces. Sediment from the Rockies, Great Plains, and Appalachians flows through Louisiana into the Gulf. The river once built Louisiana's coastline. Now levees trap sediment and send it into the ocean. That's what you call a continental drainage system that Louisiana can't use. Number 10. Louisiana uses Napoleonic Code, not English common law. Louisiana's legal system is based on Napoleonic Code from French colonial rule. The other 49 states use English common law. Louisiana property, inheritance, and marriage law operate differently. Louisiana recognizes community property, while most states use equitable distribution. Judges interpret written civil code, not precedent. That's definitely a legal system from 18th century France. Number 9. The state capitol building is the tallest in America, 450 feet. Louisiana's state capitol in Baton Rouge rises 450 feet with 34 floors, the tallest state capitol building in the U.S. by over 100 feet. Built in 1931 during Huey Long's governorship, it cost $5 million during the Great Depression. The Art Deco limestone building is visible for miles. That's not a capitol, gang. That's a vertical monument to political power. Number 8. Louisiana averages 60 days of thunderstorms per year, more than any state except Florida. Louisiana experiences over 60 days of thunderstorms annually, second to only Florida. The state sits where warm Gulf air collides with cooler continental air. Summer afternoons explode into violent storms. New Orleans averages 72 thunderstorm days yearly. That's a perpetual battleground. Hey gang, before we get to the top 7 facts that prove why Louisiana is literally disappearing, remember to subscribe and hit that bell. These final facts will blow your mind. Number 7. The Sabine River forms Louisiana's western border, but Texas and Louisiana fought over it for 160 years. The Sabine River forms Louisiana's entire western border with Texas, 360 miles from the 32nd parallel to the Gulf. For over 160 years, the states fought over where the border ran. Texas claimed the West Bank. Louisiana claimed the geographic middle. At stake, 61 square miles of river, 35,000 acres, 4 oil wells, and $2.6 million in oil bonuses. The Supreme Court ruled in 1973 that the border is the geographic middle, not the bank. That's hardly a border dispute, more like 160 years of arguing over a river. Number 6. Toledo Bend Reservoir is the largest man-made lake in the South, 185,000 acres. Toledo Bend Reservoir on the Sabine River covers 185,000 acres. The largest man-made body of water in the South, and 5th largest by surface area in the United States. The lake itself stretches 65 miles long, with 1,200 miles of shoreline. Built in 1969, the dam generates 92 megawatts of electricity. The lake inundated entire communities. Schools, churches, and homes disappeared underwater when the reservoir filled. That's not a lake. That's a drowned landscape generating power. Number 5. The state is losing land at a rate of 1 football field every 100 minutes. From 1985 to 2010, Louisiana lost an average of 16.6 square miles per year, roughly 1 football field every 100 minutes. Restoration efforts have slowed the rate, but land loss continues. Picture a football field. Now picture it gone. Now wait 100 minutes. Another one gone. That's watching your state dissolve in real time. Number 4. Oil and gas canals created 10,000 miles of pathways for saltwater to invade wetlands. The oil and gas industry carved over 10,000 miles of canals through Louisiana's coastal wetlands for pipelines and drilling. These canals let saltwater from the Gulf intrude into freshwater marshlands. Saltwater kills freshwater plants. Dead plants mean no roots. If there are no roots, that means land washes away. The canals destroyed marshland and accelerated erosion across millions of acres. That's like making a 10,000-mile incision into the coastline. Number 3. Louisiana accounts for 90% of coastal marsh loss in the lower 48 states. Louisiana represents 40% of America's wetlands, but accounts for 90% of all coastal marsh lost in the continental U.S. No other state loses land at this scale. Sediment starvation, subsidence, sea level rise, hurricanes, and human activity created a perfect storm of land loss, the equivalent of a national crisis in one state. Number 2. The Mississippi River is trying to change course, and humans are fighting to stop it. The Mississippi River wants to abandon its current channel and flow down the Atchafalaya River. If it did, New Orleans would lose its deep-water port. Baton Rouge would lose river access. Billions in infrastructure would be stranded. The old river control structure, a massive dam, prevents the river from switching. Engineers estimate a 30% chance the structure fails during major flooding. The Mississippi River has switched course 7 times in 5,000 years. Humans are freezing it in place, fighting geology with concrete. And number 1, Louisiana contains wetlands, river deltas, swamps, and disappearing coastline, all in 52,000 square miles. After 16 facts, here's the truth. Louisiana packs 3 million acres of wetlands, the largest river swamp in America, a city 8 feet below sea level, and a coastline vanishing at 1 football field every 100 minutes. And they do all that inside of 52,000 square miles. The state builds land in one basin while losing it everywhere else. It contains 40% of America's wetlands while accounting for 90% of marsh loss. Drive across Louisiana and you'll cross marshes, swamps, deltas, and levee-protected cities, all while land beneath slowly sinks. Now you understand why Louisiana is literally disappearing. No state loses land this fast. So Louisiana isn't just Mardi Gras and jazz. It's losing a football field every 100 minutes, fighting to keep a river from changing course, and watching parishes sink. It's a state where below sea level cities exist, and the longest bridge in America crosses 24 miles of water. So after learning these 17 facts about Louisiana, tell us which one shocked you the most. Drop it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep exploring how geography shapes the world. See you in the next one.